Michelle, would you call roll, please?
Mayor Lynch, Member Collins,
Here.
Member Lewis,
Here.
Member Young Johnson,
Here.
Member Williams.
Here. First order of business is approval of the minutes. Should receive those in Dropbox along with the other items. Entertain a motion for approval of the minutes.
Make a motion, we approve the minutes from August 9th.
Is there a second? I'll second that. All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Under unfinished business, we have a special event request, Windows of Light Counseling Services. Is representative from that organization here? Okay. I think we've tabled this in the past. Twice, yes. It'll be the third time, yes. So,
You can table it or you can deny it.
yeah,
I mean, at some point, we need to get it off the agenda.
okay. So I know with this event, they were requesting a fire engine for the kids. Did they ever approach you, Randy? Okay. All right, so we're going to have to make a decision here, either to table, so we'll need a motion to table or a motion to remove this request from the agenda.
She just walked in.
Okay. You can have a seat at the table there. Thank you for coming today.
You're welcome. Pardon my pardon.
So we'd like to know about Windows of Life Counseling Service and this special event request. I show the event is September 17th?
Yes.
Okay. So if you'd like to speak to that event, we would appreciate it.
Okay, what it is Windows of Life is a counseling service that provides holistic treatment for children and adults. And what this event is just to bring awareness to mental health and physical health. We partner with Jewel and Osco, who's going to be out there and donating gifts and things focusing on health care. We also have a health and wellness vendors coming as well. So it's just passing out information about mental health and physical health.
And where will you pass out this information?
3141 Willow Creek Road in the parking lot area.
Is that the Y?
No, it's across the street from the Y.
Is that by your offices? Okay, all right. So you have permission to use that parking area?
Yes, I talked with the landlord. I have an office in that, and then I talked to all the,
Oh, you are located?
yes,
in
that's
that-
where the office,
okay.
that's where it's
Okay.
located.
I noticed on the request that you're asking for a fire engine for the kids. What's the nature of that request? To what extent do you want to use a fire engine?
I'll just offer them friendly, well, actually, Jewel and Osco asked us, will we have a fire truck, just for the friendliness of the kids, because usually when they see the fire trucks, and kind of, helping them go into it and giving them some ideas of what it's about. So it was just kind of having it out there for the friendliness of the kids.
All right, well, our fire chief is here, Randy Wilkening.
Yes.
And so Randy, do you want to shed some light on that possibility? Is that even possible?
Yeah, if she can contact our office and we can try to schedule that. As long as there's no conflicts, major conflicts that day, we can send a crew over there for a little while.
Okay. Board members, you have any other questions?
You said it will be vendors. About how many vendors do you expect?
Right now, it's small, we only have 5, mental health and health.
So with say a fire and 5 vendors, what is that going to do for the parking needs of the tenants at that address? Is that going to affect them and
No.
people that come to those businesses? I'm trying to picture where 3141 is.
It's a parking, it's a
It's
big
the old
parking-
Porter Health Office.
Oh, okay.
it's
So there's quite a bit of parking. Is that by Shoup's?
No,
No.
it's right across from the YMCA, Robbins Road in Willow Creek.
Oh, okay. Yes, I've seen your new sign. Yeah, now that, thank you. Thank you. I don't have any other, as long as no one has a concern about the vendors, the fire equipment, and if there's no other tenant in that building, it's just you, right?
No, it's tenants it's other offices, I'm sorry, other businesses, but I've already spoken with them. It's on a Saturday, it won't inconvenience anyone,
Okay.
because no one's there on Saturdays usually but me.
All right, gotcha. So, yeah. All right, if there aren't any other questions, I'll entertain a motion on this event.
I make a motion to approve the mental health awareness event with Windows of Life Counseling Services.
I'll second the motion.
All right, there's a motion and second. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Congratulations, have fun, hope it's successful.
Thank you all.
Yes.
Make sure you talk to the chief.
All right, new business. We have some bid openings for Airport Road and Loop Road traffic signals.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, we've received 2 bids for the installation of a traffic signal at the intersection of Airport Road and Loot Road. The first bid is from Hawk Enterprises, Inc., 1850 East North Street, Crown Point, Indiana, 46307. Hawk's bid is in the amount of $267,107.90. That's 267,107.90. The second bid received is from Midwestern Electric LLC, 1620 East Chicago Avenue, East Chicago, Indiana, 46312. Midwestern's bid is in the amount of $374,196.60. That's 374,196 and 60 cents. At this time, it'd be staff's recommendation to take the bids under advisement for a recommendation at a subsequent Board of Works meeting.
All right, thank you, AJ. So we'll need a motion to that effect to take the 2 bids we've received under advisement pending our attorney's review as well.
I'll make a motion, we take the bids under advisement for the Airport Road and Loop Road traffic signal.
All right, is there a second?
I second.
All right. Any other questions? All right. All those in favor of taking these 2 bids, one from Hawk, one from Midwestern Electric, under advisement, signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thank you, AJ.
Thank you.
Do you have a couple other items right here on the agenda? Or is that Sandy or you, or? I guess it's you, AJ. Don't move. Oh, by the way. Yeah. So the first is permission to seek quotes for annual street light and maintenance.
We would like to seek your permission to seek quotes for street light and traffic signal maintenance.
Okay. All right, so we're currently under bid with a contractor, and this is just
We
a
are.
new contract?
Yes, we're currently, we hold the contract with Midwestern Electric for traffic signal maintenance, and we currently hold a contract with Circle R Electric for street light maintenance.
Okay. All right, so we'll need a motion to that effect, please.
I make a motion that we give AJ permission to seek quotes for the annual street light maintenance.
All right, very good. Is there a second?
Second that motion.
All right, all in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. And then the next item is permission to seek quotes for annual traffic signal maintenance. I guess the motion just covered both of those? Did, or is this a?
I can make a second.
Yeah, go ahead.
Make a motion to seek permission to seek quotes for the annual traffic signal maintenance.
Is there a second?
Second that motion.
All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thank you, AJ.
Thank you. Am I excused?
Yeah, you are,
For now.
for now. We may need you 3 or 4 minutes, so don't go too far.
You never know what can happen.
All right, the next item under new business is Portage Fire Department lateral transfer process.
My apologies for not sending this out sooner. We were trying to figure out some language. All right.
Go ahead,
Morning.
Randy. Yeah.
What I've handed you is an MOU that we have between the fire department and our union. Basically what it is because we're doing something a little different than what the contract says. So what we're asking you to do is approve our memo of understanding to go ahead and try to get lateral transfers. What we're trying to accomplish is to try to bring already trained, experienced firefighters, paramedics over here. So what we can do is we can get them in our open spots and they can basically be ready to go and ready to work as soon as they walk through the door. So that'll save us months of training, third person on the rigs and manpower shortages and things of that nature. What we have to do still is we have to take this to the city council. So there are some wage and benefits things that we have to get approved through them. So it hasn't been approved to them though, but we wanted to get this to you since you approved the contracts and just be able to approve our MOU and be able to take it to the council to see if we can get that passed through them. It's pretty straightforward. What most of the other fire departments in the area are doing. We're a little bit late in the game, but we did find that this is really necessary for us because we do need some experienced people, because the people we are bringing in are good people, but they're new, and we're having to train them. So if we could get some already trained people, it would be great and really help us, and especially with the 3rd ambulance. So what we're asking for today is for you guys to approve the memo of understanding for us so we can take it to the city council.
Questions for Randy?
And
the
this
un-
is new? This is, you stated you're late to the game, so this is new for the Portage Fire Department?
It's new for the Portage Fire Department. It is not new within the fire department systems. Most departments are doing some kind of lateral transfer, offering the same incentives to try to get people to come to them that are already trained.
So Randy, is this an issue where they have years of experience somewhere else and they come here, they don't lose their years of experience for pensions and things like that?
But they wouldn't lose their pension. If they're already in our pension, the state pension, they would keep that. But they would go back to being a rookie and vacation-wise, and we would bring them in as a master firefighter, which is what they would be with their years of experience anyway. So that part, because right now, the way our rules are written is even somebody who has 10 years experience as a firefighter paramedic would come here and they would start out as a rookie, rookie pay, rookie vacation, rookie everything.
And the union's okay with this?
Yes.
Supports this?
Yes, union president's back here with me.
So after a year, does their wages or salary change?
No. No,
They
they
would-
they would
they-
come in as a master firefighter.
Okay.
So
And
they
so
they
they're-
don't
that's
come
our,
in as a rookie?
that's, pardon me?
I said, so you're saying they don't come in as a rookie, they get to keep the,
They
that's
would
why it's a lateral?
Right, they would still be considered probationary. Everybody who gets hired has to be probationary. So they would fall under the probationary guidelines of discipline and things of that nature. But just their wages and benefits would be that of their year's experience that we're coming over with.
Okay, all right.
And he's right, there's a lot of the departments have been doing this, both police and fire. And with the advent of this happening sort of across the region, the departments that don't do it are finding themselves at a terrible disadvantage for recruitment. What I would ask the board to do is if you are inclined to approve this, which I would recommend you do, that you make it contingent upon my review, because I'd like to go through it and look at the contract again, and council approval.
Any other questions for Randy? All right, I'll entertain a motion in regard to this memorandum of understanding on lateral transfer. Yeah, go ahead.
I make a motion to approve the memorandum of understanding contingent upon council approval
And legal review.
and legal review.
All right, thank you. Is there a second to that motion?
I second.
All right, thank you. All in favor of the memorandum of understanding signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
Great, thank you.
Congratulations, Randy. Next item, body cam approval and the service agreement with, what is it, utility company?
Hello. All right, so I think as a lot of you know, we've been trying to get on board with having body cams here in the city of Portage for a while now. As with the fire department, just in a different way, we're kind of behind the game here. We're one of the last departments in the area to have gone down this road. The problem's been funding, and luckily we had some money that was set aside for us from the council with the ARPA funds. And so once we had that established, we started looking into this and met with several companies. And ultimately, the one that we would like to go with is it's body worn or utility. And essentially, some of the benefits that come with this company are where the camera is deployed. It's basically like a small cell phone, goes inside the shirt or the body armor. That way it stays in place, it doesn't jiggle around, as you've seen a lot of, if any of you guys have watched some of the footage sometimes that you see on TV, you know, it's all over the place. And that's due to the way the mounting system. So we have found that this company is the only one that has this type of mounting system. There's some other benefits that come with it that the other companies weren't able to have. So what we're looking at is essentially 60 cameras. It's a 5-year agreement. This will cover our patrol division and then give us a couple extras. Comes with different types of activation, comes with all the softwares included, the warranties, all the storage. Storage has been a big thing that we've been realizing was probably one of the biggest things. We were able to find, you know, the equipment that was reasonably priced, but the storage and all that came with it was kind of the bigger price. So this cost that they have proposed for $335,750 covers all of that. Like I said, covers the storage, covers any technical support, the warranties, the equipment, essentially everything, and that'd be for 60 of the cameras. And then I had consulted with Attorney Witten over, provided some documentation with him over, you know, why we wanted to go with this company and the fact that we had talked to other ones, but this was where we wanted to go. So, and there was one thing that the attorney wanted me to check on. I do have a email out. I'm sure I'll hear something back today, but I wasn't able to get that that item, the answer on that item today. So.
And what the chief's speaking to, a couple of things. One is I've reviewed the agreement. It looks fine. There was just one or two little things that I had questions about, and one thing that I wanted to see if they would change. It's not a major issue, but it's something that I'd like to see them change. I don't think it's enough to hold up acting on this today, but I did tell the chief that I was going to ask the board to, again, make the approval subject to my ultimate review and approval, just to make sure that we get those little modifications. The other thing the chief is speaking to is that, as he's intimated, this outfit or this company has sent what's commonly known as a sole source document, which indicates or means that they're the only ones that are able to provide this equipment to these specs. I think the big issue the chief covered was the mounting of the camera and the stability of the camera. I think these guys actually hold the patent on that, don't they?
Yes.
So that in and of itself, that was an important feature in the specs. So I rendered an opinion to the chief that they seem to qualify as a sole source provider, so he could move forward with the request of this board to approve the agreement.
Yeah, some of the big things we were looking for were the ease of activation for the officers to be able, to get them started, get it running, know that it was recording, and then again keeping it in place. It's no good to you if you lose it in a struggle or while you're running or something like that. And after looking at the different products out there, we were sold on this one. And I will note that I believe the majority of Porter County is with this company also, which was kind of nice because as we get into this program, I'm sure we're going to have some questions about how to get things running and policies and different things, and it'll be kind of helpful to have some other the larger departments that have gone through the exact same thing that might be able to give us some advice and some help when we've got some questions. So that was kind of a key factor in it also for us. So
That was a question I was going to have. You kind of answered it a little bit. Do you expect to have some type of extensive training with the officers on this, or is it?
Yeah, I mean,
simple?
the system itself is pretty basic as far as the user level. It can be active. It almost comes with what looks like a watch that they can activate it that way. It'll attach on their uniform somewhere. They can also activate it by just tapping on their vest. And there's also some triggers that are built in that if certain things happen, it'll turn on the camera automatically. So, yeah, I mean, there'll be some training as far as that. Like I said, the good thing is the majority of our officers are probably halfway versed on it already because, we're working alongside the Sheriff's Department and Chesterton, Valpo, some of these other departments. So it won't be completely foreign to them. They've probably been around an officer who's had it. I think the learning curve is probably going to be on the back end with the admin on figuring out how to manage the equipment or the the video, and all that comes with that side of it. So I think it's probably going to be more on us than the individual officers that are out there, other than getting used to having that equipment on them.
So the storage of the videos, you'll have access to that 24/7?
Correct.
Okay.
And for how long?
My understanding is that it's good for as long as, for the 5-year term, we can access that. So that was one of the big issues, was that storage. Especially the busier you are, you're going to have more and more data on there. And so this covers, I don't know if the term would be infinite, but there's no limit on storage. So that was a big factor for us. And there's different state laws and stuff that fall into line of how long you have to keep things, and and how you can disseminate it. That's a whole nother realm that we're going to jump into once we get rolling. But this should take care of all of that. That if there's a scene that was filmed, that we'll have it.
Great. I like the fact that they've broken up the payments to 4 based on how things happen.
Yes.
And then we have a down payment of, $167,000, and then 3 subsequent payments based upon certain things happening within the
Yes.
contract or the agreement. So I think that's good.
And there was one other thing to note, which is kind of neat about them, is because this camera basically fits inside their uniform, they're actually covering the cost on X number of upfits and uniforms. There's an allowance for that. So my understanding that is, in the beginning here, there won't be any extra cost out of pocket for our officers, which is obviously a big deal. So now, moving down the line, there might be some, but they handle all of that. So pretty much once they come in, it's kind of hands off until we get rolling. So.
All right, very good, Chief. Any other questions from the board members? All right, thank you for that thorough explanation. All right, I'll entertain a motion for the approval of the body cam purchase and the service agreement subsequent to the final review of our attorney.
I make a motion to approve the agreement with utility, subject to council review and approval.
I'll second the motion.
All right, we have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Good luck.
Thank you all.
That should take care of new business. We have one bulk item appeal.
Good morning. We had one bulk item appeal on May Street. The owner of that property is here today, and we had a discussion beforehand and came to a mutual agreement only upon your approval. The total charge was $300, and we've come up to an agreement of reducing that from $300 to $150. So my recommendation to the board is that we reduce that from 300 to 150 upon your approval.
Okay, any questions of Randy? All right, I'll entertain a motion in regard to the bulk item appeal and lowering the fee to $150.
I'll make a motion that we approve the bulk item appeal at $150 at 3101 May Street.
Is there a second?
I second.
All right, all those in favor of reducing the bulk item appeal at 3101 May to 150 signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thank you, Randy. We have the claims docket.
I'm not sure if we can answer this question right now, but the very first thing, the payment for the marina, where does the money come in to pay that bond payment?
Yeah. I'll try to answer that question. Dan, do you want to address that, the bond?
No, you can give it a shot.
Okay. So there is a bond payment that the residents pay, and I know the abatement's involved with that to some level, but not everyone got the abatement on the bond and property taxes. We did that, the council approved that to create some development out there, and it worked, in my opinion, but the bond payment still has to be made. So that's, in my regard, that would be my understanding of the June settlement of Marina Shores. I don't know if that satisfies your question, Jamie. You know, I think maybe just reach out to Nina.
Yeah, I'll reach out to Nina.
She's
Just
a little
curious.
under the weather, so. Anything you'd like to add, Attorney Witten?
No, I mean, the money comes in, it's collected from the taxpayers, it flows through the city and goes out to pay the bond. That's what it comes down to.
That's a much better explanation.
But there's no
Thank you.
special use fees going to pay that bond?
They're through their tax, yes, but not through city taxes. It's an addition to their tax bill that goes toward that. It's an assessment issue. It comes on their assessment, but it's not part of the tax cap limits and all that stuff. It's not a typical property tax collection.
Yeah, so when Marina.
I'll talk to
Sho-
Nina.
Yeah, when Marina Shores was originally developed, and I can't remember who the developer was, but there was a bond that was given to develop that Marina Shores.
Yeah, since Marina Shores isn't a political subdivision, I mean, it flows through the clerk treasurer's office. What Member Williams was speaking to was that up at Marina Shores, kind of co-mingled with that was the 10-year tax abatement and the 5-year tax abatement, and not everybody got the tax abatements, and not everybody pays exactly the same. But in any case, it's collected as an assessment. It flows through the city because they're not a political subdivision at Marina Shores, and so for State Board of Accounts, it just flows through us. It comes through that, it goes out to the bond payment to Horizon.
Are there any other questions on the claims? Go ahead.
On page 7, just some of the extra legal fees. Alan Mindell. Is there anything specific or just?
No, I mean, some of the stuff you'll see, like, I don't represent every board, so you'll see some from Ray Melwood McClure. They do the Plan Commission, they do the BZA, they do the Sanitary Board. Mindell does the Park Department, and they will handle some of the litigation. So that's what this is. They also assist in things like payroll disputes and that kind of stuff. So it's just overflow stuff.
Thank you.
Yeah, and it's actually, for them, it looks more than it is. It's a couple of months of it. Oh. Yeah.
Thank you, Jamie. Any other questions? All right, if not, I'll entertain a motion to approve the claims in the amount of, what is it, $647, $783, and 96 cents.
I'll make a motion, we approve the claims in the amount of $647, $883, and 96 cents.
One other thing I wanted to speak to on that attorney question, one other thing that you're going to see a little bit of is we've implemented an unsafe building program. What I found coming in as the head of the legal department is that we were pretty delinquent in addressing unsafe buildings. Some years ago, I was the hearing officer for unsafe buildings, and we were pretty good at staying ahead of that, people that have buildings that are simply a hazard. Well, since that time, the statute's been widened to allow unsafe premises. That can also, so that means junk collectors with things in their yard. So the mayor has, at my request, appointed a hearing officer, and so you're going to see some action from that individual. And then the prosecutor for that unsafe buildings, you're going to see that's Mindell and Associates as well. It's not a lot. Most of the time they comply. We go through the building commissioner and they come into compliance, but if they don't, we can move forward and do certain things.
Questions, comments? Okay, I'll entertain a motion to approve the claims.
I make a motion that we approve the claims in the amount of $647,883.96.
All right, is there a second?
A second.
All right, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. Claims approved for the amount of $647,883.96. Claims or any other,
If I can speak to the major illness, Mr. Chairman, so at this time, I have approved 4 major illness requests and 3 COVID leave requests. I've declined at this point 2 major illness requests because they didn't have sufficient information or didn't meet the criteria. So what I would ask the board to do is approve the 4 major illness that I've signed off on and the 3 COVID leave.
all right, thank you, Attorney Whitten. I entertain that motion in regard to major illness and COVID claims.
I make a motion to approve the 4 major illness claims and the 3 COVID leave.
Is there a second?
I'll second the motion.
All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. All right, do we have any other business that we need to? Okay.
Before you right now is a quotation that we got through Sourcewell, awarded contract. Sourcewell is the government pricing. The last plow truck that we purchased was through Sourcewell and Linco Equipment and Sales. This quote is number 220798, and it's for the price of 1 snowplow. We would like to seek the board's approval in some of the ARP funds that the city council has approved. I believe it was about 1.6 million. We're seeking some of those funds to purchase 2 plow trucks in the amount of $595,806.
So Randy, this purchase of 2 plow trucks, was that a part of the original plan that was approved by the city council?
Yes, it was. I think it was, believe, up to 4, but because of the price increase that we experienced from the first plow truck compared to the new plow truck, it has gone up considerably, so we're not able to get that additional. So I'm just asking for 2 plow trucks because of price increase. It went up about 20%.
Wow.
So
When do you expect delivery of these?
these will probably be delivered sometime, maybe possibly next year.
Next year.
Yeah, at the end of 2023, possibly.
So I don't think we're going to get any snow this winter anyway, so we should be all right. All right, any questions for Randy? Yes, I know this was part of his original ARP plan that the council reviewed. And now, is this this is based upon getting our second amount of funds? that-
No, this was all,
ARP plan.
I make a motion to approve the quote for the 2 snowplows in the amount of $595,806.
I'll second the motion.
All right, thank you. All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. Motion carried. All right, Randy, any other business? I thank you very much. is concluded. Thank you.
I make a motion, we adjourn.
I second that motion. Aye.
Aye. Thanks, Jamie.